What up, guys? This is Rick, aka Guidi J, coming at you with another Monster Closet Mini. This topic that I want to talk about today is a topic sort of given to me by our pal David Allman. This topic, he suggested Yonoid. I want to talk about advertising games and in-game advertising. As you guys know, Yonoid is a Domino's game. Well, I hope you know. Some of you younger folks may not know. It's a game on the NES. You play the Noid, who is this annoying person on this humanoid creature thing. That humanoid, Noid. He's this guy that jumped around on a pogo stick for Domino's Pizza. And he got his own game where he had to fight a green Noid. And I'm pretty sure it was a Capcom game. And the game was actually just a reskinning of some other game. But it was, it was one of the first games that I've ever seen like that, where it was pretty much, advertising something completely different. Okay, the Japanese version of the game is Kamen no Ninja Hanamaru. Probably not pronouncing that right, but that's what it is. And that came out in Japan on March 16th, 1990. Oh, this is neat. The instruction manual for Yonoid came with a $1 Domino's Pizza coupon. Very generous of you guys. We pay, whatever, $50, whatever it costs for a NES game, and we get $1 off a pizza. That's lovely. Another game that comes to mind is Cool Spot. Now, Cool Spot, the 7-Up character, that was a sweet game. I really liked Cool Spot. And there was Spot Goes to Hollywood. That was pretty good, too. They were also platformer games. I want to say those were on the SNES. Possibly the Genesis. I don't remember which else. And now, the Cool Spot games were different games in other countries. I don't think they were Cool Spot games. But man, those were really good. Ones that weren't good, the Nintendo game. Not the Nintendo game, I'm sorry. The McDonald's game. McKids, and I think there was another one. There's a couple of them, I think. But yeah, those weren't the best of games. Like, those were kind of terrible. But, what are you going to do? Tomato, tomato. I don't even know why I said tomato, tomato. The other thing we have is Chesto Cheetah games. Chester Cheeto. I said Chesto Cheetah. I'm talking to Kel. He's here too. We're going to be recording a lot of content for you guys today, and I hope you love it all. Look at that. That's in-game advertising right there. I'm advertising my products, and okay, I lied. This isn't a game. Anyways, though, Chester Cheeto, he had a game. You had those Burger King games. Sneak King, Big Bumpin', what was the other one? Pocket Bike Racer? Yeah, those for the Xbox and Xbox 360. Man, those were some goofy games. Man, I liked Sneak King because you were sneaking around giving people Whoppers and stuff. Like, that's weird. And we have Kel joining this Monster Closet Mini.
He also had a creepy looking mask.
Yeah, he did. His mask was really creepy. He was the king. He was also in Big Bumping. Did you play Big Bumping?
Yeah.
Was
that the racing one?
No, that was Pocket Bike Racer.
Oh, okay.
Big Bumping, or Big Bumpin', was like Pong almost, like table, not table.
Oh, I think I only played 2 and 3.
It was like hockey, like some weird. You're in these go-kart things, like almost like those boats you see at like an amusement park. They've got the big bumper boats. That's what I'm thinking. You were in something that looked like a bumper boat, and you were knocking around a puck into each other's goal. Pocket Bike Racer, though, that was the one where you could be the king or the chicken. And I think you could be that Whopper guy and his kid from those commercials.
Yep.
But that was where you were riding a little pocket bike, racing each other. None of them as weird as Sneak King, though.
I remember walking around in that little neighborhood scenario, the Sneak King one.
Yeah, that.
I
That
just
was-
remember how creepy it looked. Like, oh,
I think-
imagine how this guy would walk up to your front door, just grab, oh, you open the door, he's
Just-
holding your newspaper for you, like with that creepy looking mask, like.
Newspaper in one hand, Whopper in the other hand. You don't know what's
No,
going
it'll
on.
be a sandwich.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Sandwich time.
Man, that game was nuts. As you guys can see in the background, the game I'm currently playing is Yonoid. So that's why I started with Yonoid. Which is... Domino's had their... Out of all the places, I mean, I guess Burger King doesn't make much sense either, but Domino's had a game
out of
too.
all the pizza places I like, I think Domino's Pizza had the best mascot character.
Yeah, the Noid. That's his
Yeah.
game, Yonoid. Did you ever play that on the NES?
Yeah.
He was a good mascot. He's kind of weird looking though now that I look at him. And I don't like this green guy behind him. And it's also not safe for them to be in a construction site like that. But another one is Chex Quest. And that was a free game you got with boxes of Chex cereal. You got that for the PC. It was like a first-person shooter, I think. Kind of doomish.
Kind of unaware of that.
Yeah, that was a very weird one. And I was just talking about the spots go to Hollywood. I don't know if you ever played that one. That was cool spots.
Cool spot, the 7-Up spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he actually had, I think he had 2 games.
Yeah, there was Cool Spot, and I think Spot Goes to Hollywood. Oh, man, there was, Pepsi had a game that I think was in Japan. You had Pepsi Man in it. That might have been here, too, I don't remember.
Probably a different version we got.
America's Army. There was an Army-made game that was all... it was a third or first-person shooter. I think I played it on the PS2 or Xbox. But yeah, made by the Army. You know what I find exceptionally weird is just games... I guess I don't find it weird anymore, but I used to find it weird, is games that just had advertising in them. Like, it wasn't a game made for that brand, but you saw that brand throughout the games. Like...
A lot of your racing games are familiar with those advertisements.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog had, Sonic Adventure had the advertisements for those shoes. Were they soaps? I don't remember what those shoes were called. But there was the advertisements for that. There's been various games where you could get power-ups that were promotional items. Solid Snake, one of the Metal Gear Solids in Japan, you could get a bag of Doritos and Mountain Dew. That was pretty weird. I think it might have been Metal Gear Solid 3. Don't quote me on that though. But there's Burger King. Burger King was very prominent in Fight Night Round 3. The King was even a ring girl in that game, which is weird. Weird. That makes sense though. That's boxing. The racing, like you said, that makes sense. Sports games, that makes sense because you see those advertisers everywhere.
The game that would remind me if the King was actually in the game when it came out, and it would fit the King, would be Celebrity Deathmatch for PS2.
Yeah, did you play that game?
Yes, I did. And did you know they're bringing it back? They're
Yeah.
considering it.
I heard that. That is pretty neat. I don't know if you guys have ever played Zool. I believe it was on the Sega Genesis. Might have been on the Super Nintendo. I know there's a sequel on the 3DO. It has Chubba Chups lollipops in it, which I thought was pretty weird. Like, look at the background of that. That's all lollipops, and there's all sorts of weird things like that. You could even order delivery food from Pizza Hut in EverQuest 2. That is really weird. You know, I thought advertising in like the Tony Hawk games was okay because you're advertising
Skateboard, the brands.
Yeah, like that makes sense.
Yeah.
When there's a reason for the advertising, it makes sense. I don't want to be playing Mario though, and having like
Right. Not only that, back to the Tony Hawk games and the titles and series, the soundtracks, and people bought the albums for those games, you know, at the store.
You're right. You know, I liked that the first game had music videos in it. I thought that was pretty neat.
Like in the background and the tracks.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I can remember the game that I was thinking of now. The first game I remember a really prominent in-game advertising, at least that I know of. I'm not saying there wasn't ones before this. When I was old enough to realize what in-game advertising was, the game that I first noticed was Crazy Taxi.
I had that game.
Like, there was Tower Records and KFCs everywhere.
Yep.
That was nuts. Not to mention it had just
the
same 2 or 3 tracks from Offspring on it.
Oh.
That was terrible.
I bow down. We are not worthy. We are not worthy. We're scum. We love the Offspring here at Monster Closet.
Love. But anyways, that's pretty much all I got to say on this topic. There's other games that I just can't think of right now. And I'm sorry, and I don't feel like rambling to you guys. I love you guys too much to ramble. I'm going to go work on some more content for you guys right now. So again, this was Rikk, a.k.a. Guidi J.
Kel, a.k.a. K-Dizzle.
And we have one other person standing here.
This is Angela. I am still Kel.
Yep.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
You barely heard her because she didn't come to the microphone.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
All right. Well, you can follow us on all the social media. Look down below. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that. Love you guys. We'll see you later.